Good afternoon, dear friends. This is the hardest task after the lunch to have a contribution. And my topic is concerning the cultural cooperation inside the European Union. As your director, Mark Dumfried, in his book titled Introduction to the Searching for Cultural Diplomacy, in the Cold War, the US, he wrote that in the Cold War, the US poured large amount of money into cultural exchanges, which served one aim, to win the minds of men, which cannot be won by weapons. Fortunately, the Cold War is over, and now nobody wants to beat each other. And now, concerning the diplomacy, it must be a win-win situation. And today, I would like to speak about the European Community initiatives and projects in the field of cultural diplomacy. Really, the cultural diplomacy has a very restricted role at present stage in the community foreign policy, and I can say very openly, very frankly, that we don't use all possible resources in this field. But there are very good, as I have mentioned, there are very good initiatives in this field. The first, it has been mentioned by Mr. Dumfried, it is the Erasmus program, because now it is a 25 years anniversary of the Erasmus program, and more than 3 million students have participated in this program. And really, it is a biggest success story in this field, in the field of cultural diplomacy. And unfortunately, it has been threatened because of the financial austerity. And we, European MEPs, members of European Parliament, had to fight for preserving the financial resources for the Erasmus program, despite the fact it is really a success story. And the second thing, what I should mention, this is the Eurovision Song Contest. You have witnessed in Baku, in Azerbaijan, it was a real big festivity. And this year, because of the Danish winner, it will be in Denmark. Perhaps it is once a year, but it shows the European unity very well. The third thing, this is the European Capital of Culture. Each year, there are two cities have been nominated as a capital of culture of Europe. This year in France, Marseille, and in Slovakia, Košice-Kaša. And we know very well, in those countries in which these cities have received this opportunity, it given a big impetus, a big development to the culture in these countries. It was in the case of Genova in Italy, Athens in Greece, Glasgow in England, Krakow in Poland, and Porto in Portugal. The Council of European Union is the responsible for the nomination, and I think so it is very, very good occasion for showing our cultural unity in Europe. The fourth thing what I should mention is the European Youth Capital. It is not so well known as the European Capital of Culture. European Youth Capital is a title awarded to European city for a period of 1 year, during which there are several cultural events. And in next year, it started some years ago. In 1910, it was first time, it was Torino, Italy. I will speak in English because it's Torino. The second was Antwerpen in Flanders in Belgium. The third was Braga in Portugal. Afterwards, Maribor in Slovenia. Afterwards Thessaloniki in Greece. And next year, we are very, very happy because in Transylvania, in Cluj-Napoca, in Hungarian name, Kolozsvár, it will be the capital of the youth, of European youth. In this case, it will show very well the multi-ethnic, multicultural character of this town, which was historically, there are several minorities, German minorities, Serbian minorities, a big Hungarian community, of course the biggest, the Romanian community, and it will be really a very good, positive effect for the minority protection. The sixth element, this is so-called Lux Prize. Have you heard everybody here about the Lux Prize? Not. What a pity. It shows that the communication on behalf of European Parliament not so perfect, because since 2007, it was a very important, interesting initiative. Every year, the MEPs, the members of European Parliament, are voting. There are 3 films have been chosen by a special jury, and there is a voting what is the best film of that year. In this case, there is not a big award. What is the award? The award that film who are among 3 films who are in the short list, who are competing, the film are translated on 24 languages of European Union, which is a very good promotion for the films, for the cinema. And I think so these are the very important initiatives. But I think so we have a lot of reserves in this field. And I have a proposal to the Institute of Cultural Diplomacy, to Mark Donfried, to go together to Madame Vassiliou, Mrs. Vassiliou, commissioner responsible for the culture, because, dear friends, I am president in the Intergroup for Traditional National Minorities, Minority Languages in European Parliament. As a professor, I had a subject in a Budapest University of Economics, the identity of European peoples. And I have 10 years experience here in European Parliament, and I can confess we don't know enough well each other. When I can make a small examination. Dear friends, who knows Sojmus Híni? Ah, you are from Ireland? No, I'm from Poland. You are from Poland. Bravo. Say it, please. Who is Sojmus Híni? Yes, he was awarded by Nobel Prize in 1995 from Ireland, and he wrote on the Irish Gaelic language. I can give you some sweets, Belgian sweets. Gergő, please take some sweets for your good answer. The second issue, who know José Saramago? Oh, a lot of people you can find. Who is José Saramago? Do you know much better him? And you will be awarded by Belgian chocolates too. And I arrived from Brussels, unfortunately not from Budapest, because in this case I could have given to you the Hungarian sweets on the, for the festivities. And Imre Kertész, oh, wonderful. No, Hungarian knows, but for a Polish, yes, he was awarded to Nobel Prize. He is the famous writer of the Holocaust. But you are very well informed, much better than the members of European Parliament, because I can confess another thing. Over 10 years, they are colleagues. we are working together, and they are not able to pronounce exactly the name and surname of our colleagues. All the time they say, my name is Tabajdi. It is not the case. I am Tabajdi. The German-speaking can say, but it is, I think so, when I'm speaking about the cultural diplomacy, there are the small gestures that we must learn the exact pronunciation of the name and surname of our colleagues. We have been worked for 10 years together with the colleagues, and they don't know what is the pronunciation. Or in the European Parliament, for me, to say to my colleagues the hello, tschüss, change, etc., salut. It is, I think so, it is very important. And finally, Mark, we must go together with you to Madame Vassiliou to make an initiative to elaborate from the community money, elaborate a textbook about the European peoples. Not a very big book, not. But who knows from Lithuania, Čiurlionis? She knows, of course, from Latvia knows very well too, in the neighboring country. But very few European members of European Parliament knew this very, very famous painter from Lithuania, in Kaunas, and even you can see a Musée d'Orsay. Our concrete initiative must be the following: to prepare a book, I will finishing just now, a textbook for the European citizens. Who are we, Latvians? Who are the Latvian people? Who are the Polish people? Who are the French people? What is the language? What are the main historical events which had an impact on the identity of Latvian, Polish, Slovak, Serbian, Hungarian people? Because we don't know each other. Or what are the relationships between the Scandinavian languages? To which extent can understand one Swedish and Danish in a written form or in an oral form each other? We don't know. They confuse, Lithuania and Latvia, Slovakia, Slovenia. Not only the former president of the United States confused Slovenia with Slovakia, but I can say even in the European Union, there are some confusions. And when we are speaking about cultural diplomacy, I can say, I can declare very firmly, we don't know each other. We are together there in the European Union, in this big family, 500 million big family, but we don't know each other enough well. And to elaborate on 10, 15 pages, not more, one people, one country, one national identity. What are the major elements with the contribution of those countries, or Academy of Sciences, or other universities, or not scientific book, Mark, not a scientific book. A book for citizens, because there are a lot of scientific books. And what are the relationships? What have been the conflicts between Lithuanian, Ukrainian, Lithuanian people and Polish people? What are those elements which must be known at present stage in Europe? Dear friends, really, cultural diplomacy, it is not only soft power. We are witnessing the deepest crisis of European Union. It is not only economic crisis. It is a psychological crisis. It is a crisis of confidence. It is a crisis of raising nationalism, raising isolation. What we can do, what Germany can do in itself, 80 million people. It is a medium-sized province in China, or my country, 10 million people. half of the population of inhabitants of Shanghai. Together, we can win. And I think so. The soft power, it is not so soft power of the cultural diplomacy. This soft power of the countries in the age after the Cold War, it is becoming more and more important, and your institution is becoming more and more important, because really culture, if we know each other, can be our common goal and can serve to really better understanding each other. Thank you very much.